Hi, I'm Molly, and you're watching YWAM Perth Fortnightly News. The Birth Attendants School is back. These courageous midwives spent 9 months delivering babies, teaching and caring for mothers, as well as getting involved in the local community with evangelism and prayer.
Yay, Priska! Congratulations. And there is one more over here. She's delivered. Welcome to this earth, little baby.
The Birth Attendants School trains people to be midwives to work in developing nations. The school started last July. We had 14 students from different nations, and they were here in Perth for 3 months, and then they went and they worked in India for 3 months, and then we came back to Perth and celebrated Christmas with our family here, and then headed out again to Tanzania for 3 months, and then we went to Zambia for about 3 months. And so the students are back now, and we're having a report back this week, and then we have people heading off to do long-term overseas missions, and a couple who are coming back on staff.
Okay, highlights about BAS would definitely be working in the hospitals in the different countries, just being able to come in, serve the women during labor. It's such an intimate time, it's such a challenging time for women, and usually a lot of women we saw they would just be alone, and being there with them in those moments, holding their hands, praying with them. Yeah, that was one of the highlights. Another highlight was going out to villages and teach about simple healthcare. Yeah, just things that could change their lives, washing hands, making oral rehydration solutions that could rehydrate them when they have fever and diarrhea. Just educate them about simple healthcare stuff. That was just amazing. And with that, sharing Jesus and bringing Jesus into the villages and into people's lives. And we saw 150 salvations, just us being able to share the gospel through healthcare. That was really amazing. The first deliveries I was with, there was a beautiful little girl that was delivered, and she had some fingers that were missing, and the mother she didn't want to accept the little girl. She was like, that's not my baby, I don't want that baby. And I kept telling her how beautiful she is and how God created her. And it was amazing to see how over a few hours, when I went to visit her afterwards, when I came, she was like, that's my baby, she's beautiful, she's really beautiful. And just see her whole attitude towards her girl change, because in India, there's a lot of discrimination against women, and their lives are not as valued as men. So for girls, some women are really disappointed when there are girls.
One day in Tanzania, Esteta and I were walking into the hospital. We had just got supplies at the pharmacy, and a taxi went flying by us, and our midwife attitude said we have to check in that taxi for a baby. So we did, checked. There was a mom in need having a baby. There was no one there to help, so we jumped in. We had just bought gloves, threw our gloves on, helped deliver the baby, and the baby needed extra care and help. And so we went and took the baby, running down the hall. The BAS team was in the hall praying, and they were there when we needed them to take the baby. And they took the baby in and were able to suction it and resus it, and it survived. And all glory to God.
And that is the Birth Attendants School, and you can do the Birth Attendants School coming in July. We are looking to see more students come because the nations need midwives.
Say your prayers.
Teddy bear, top the ground.
Last week, our youth ministry Nexwave led a camp teaching on the value of serving.
So on this camp recently up in Geraldton, we were working with a group of boys, and there was one of the boys in the group, and he was just really disrespectful, just really shouting at me, just disrespecting me, telling me what to do. And it got to the point where on the third day he just went off at me and just shouting at me and telling me off. And so that night I pulled him aside and we started talking. And as we started talking, he just really opened up to me about the fact that his dad had left him when he was younger and his mum got remarried and just didn't care about him anymore. And he was just treated like he was worthless. And so I got a chance to really, in this time of like when he was pouring his heart out, really share where I'd come from, what I'd been through, and really relate with him. And so from that, I got to see him realize that he doesn't have to be like that, and he can choose to be better, and he can choose to change his life for the better. And after that point, I really saw this guy just take ownership of what we were doing in the camp and just really serve people willingly and just really see him succeed in what he was doing.
The English ministry is back from pioneering a course in England. Let's hear how it went.
TESOL stands for Teaching English for Speakers of Another Language. I've just come back from Harpenden in England, and we had 5 students. These students were being trained up to be able to become teachers to speakers of another language. Now, we had with those 5 students, there was a Rwandan, Nigerian, a couple of Brazilians, and an English lady. And they did lectures, they did practicum. It was a 6-week seminar, and they're using their gift, they're taking that gift back to their nations to be able to train up people in English.
There's so much happening here at YWAM Perth. Make sure to tune in, not next week, but the week after that. Thanks for watching. Bye.